And you want me to, like, invite them when it gets to, like, 2 minutes of? I think he muted.
So I wasn't listening. Was that question for me?
No, it was for Star, but...
Gotcha.
It was G and bacon, I think? Yeah, G.
I'm still having to get used to these the sound effects, the Halloween sound effects for Discord. Like, why do they
Yeah.
sound so weird?
It's creepy. Wait, did we start early? Oh boy. Great, this will be fun. 90 seconds. And there's bacon. Cool. T minus 10 seconds. Alright, well, in theory, we are now live.
I suppose we'll be able to confirm that roughly 7 minutes from now.
Alrighty, welcome everybody. I
see my
see
lobby.
that it says my delay is done. Just wait and make sure the streams are actually live.
I see both live.
Perfect. All right, I will take that as a confirmation because my tablet's gonna be a little slower. I'll move over to the map band scene here. Welcome in, folks. The first best of 7. Is this considered a semifinal, right? It's the winner from here goes into the grand finals position. So yeah, we got Coalition versus Revenants. Got an ad break coming in, so awesome. We do have people working on that. So got confirmation we're live. So
also realizing I don't have any of the fancy like video stuff that you had. So
yeah,
have fun staring at the lobby for 7 minutes while we try and figure out where the map band link is.
Yeah. Well, thankfully they found that. My heart started racing. I'm like, oh crap, no, we don't need a problem already. All right, first map, Luthien.
We'll just ban it in chat.
Yeah. Which, hey, if we do get to drop 6, we'll be doing that anyway. All right, waiting for Revenants to choose theirs. And hey, guess what? All y'all actually had audio at the beginning of this one, so yay me. Only confirmed it like 3 different times, going to my mixer, making sure, yes, they're hearing everything. Tourmaline.
That's interesting.
Well, we're getting Luthien first, which Luthien's been
Order.
traditionally second.
I literally named a mech order last night and I couldn't come up with the word order.
Mining will be third. All right, while we're picking the 4th map, we are joined today by Fire Ant. So welcome in.
Howdy, howdy.
Woo.
All right, waiting for Revenants to pick their drop 4.
It's funny seeing how less vibrant the orange is.
Canyon and then Rubelite.
And this second monitor that I've dredged up.
Yeah. I get complaints about the kids' monitor all the time. Like, well, I'm not dropping $200 on a gaming monitor for them. Not yet. All right, so we have Luthien, Tourmaline, Mining, Canyon, Rubelite. So now we're going to go through and they're going to pick the sides.
Ultimately, a second monitor is a second monitor. I can actually look at chat at the same time now.
Very helpful. All right, no side swap going into the first one. Coalition will be team 1.
No
swap. That makes it easy for you so far. Not Knock on wood and watch. Now we're going to get 3 side swaps.
Yep.
Waiting for them to pick on mining. Whether they're actually discussing it or if someone's flipping a coin.
There is a better side for mining.
Yes.
Especially there's the one side. Oh, side swap. So Revenants will be team 1 then. Which is actually not the side I was expecting them to go for. So that's the side that has the closed off. It's harder to see Theta from that side.
Swap going into Canyon.
Yep.
I called it.
And I'm guessing that means there's a swap on Ruby as well.
Swap on Ruby.
All right, and Revenants goes to team 1 for Ruby. Okay, cool. First is Luthien.
All right, so I'm going to get my timer started for team 1. And as soon as I get my stuff in here. Okay, team 1. Here we go. All right, I'm going to switch over to lobby view. There we go. Oh, welcome in. Saturday. 3 weeks of matches left. I'm excited for this. Coming down to the wire. 2 teams that have fought to get to where they are right now. Both teams. I said this last time when I screwed up, but today it's true. Both teams going in undefeated. Sadly, somebody has to lose today. But that doesn't mean they're out. Because they'll go down to losers bracket and fight their way back. Right?
And take another shot at it. If they win down there. Oh,
yes,
hello,
I believe
Revenants.
I was looking at the bracket just before the stream started here. If I'm reading this correctly, whoever loses this match will go down to the losers bracket final and face the winner of the match later today.
That is correct.
Yes.
So because both of these teams are coming in undefeated, they do have a second chance. If they lose today, they're not out of it entirely.
Right. Which that could take us. So in the grand finals 2 weeks from now, that means we could get dual best of 7s.
Yep, could very well again see this same matchup a couple weeks from now.
And the funny thing is that hasn't happened yet for the grand finals. So I'd be ecstatic to see 14 drops happening in one day.
That'll be fun. Marathon MWO.
I have heard there might be a little break between.
I think there is, but I'm not 100% sure.
So, no, I'll have to ask the ref. Say, hey, can we get like a 1 hour potty break between or something? You know. Like I said, I don't know. I have not seen this happen. So.
Don't worry, Star. Both teams, I'm pretty sure, are locked in for this.
Right? Yeah. They have their jugs pre-ready next to their stations. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. All right. Team 1 is sitting at 480 tons. Still going through and deciding what they want to lock in with.
Ooh, whoops.
2 minutes left for Team 1 to lock in. Well, Zon, at least I can tell you that your side-swapping adventure today will be pretty simple with everybody on Revenant's side all having that unit tag.
Yeah, and
that is one thing for
everyone on Coalition so far is EQ, DSC, or JGX, with the exception of Stim with EMP, which you know, it's kind of the same thing.
That's true.
Looks like Revenants here maybe trying a little bit of psychological warfare, just
Ah.
about filling out all 12 slots and looking like they're trying to stack up as much tonnage as possible as well.
I
12
want
people,
to see. I
1,200
want to see him
tons.
break 1,000 tons.
That
Come
would
on.
be neat. Obviously having no impact on the match whatsoever, but still,
Right.
still fun
It's
to see.
It's nice
Kind
to
of some,
see. It is
some
nice to
indirect
see.
trash talking in a way.
Oh yeah, it is definitely. 1 minute. I mean, it is definitely nice to see more than just 8, on the roster here, ready to go. Knock on wood, no connection issues.
Team 1
Team 1 is locked. All right. Stop. Reset. Start. Team 2's 5-minute timer has begun. 965. They didn't quite make it to 1,000. Bummer.
There might still be a change as some people switch to mechs, but
That's true.
yeah, we're probably not going to get a K. Or
No,
full
they already
company.
lost.
Nope, 860.
They already went on a weight loss program. They went down to 860. I want to. What's your trick? How do you do it?
I'm gonna saw this stalker in half.
Yeah. So the other thing we're adding in today, Zonron is actually streaming over to the Leagues 2 channel to give you guys the other view.
It's really
also,
simple. I don't have any of the fancy knickknacks and animations, but it's there.
No overlays or anything like that. You literally have his view. So
I'll just be staring at the lobby the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, no match. So yeah, a true radio cast of only seeing the lobby. That'd be wow. So no, we do have that as a backup, just in case anything happens on my end. Plus, again, it gives you guys yet another view. So we got him set up with that earlier this morning. So by the grand finals, we may have him fully set up with all of the extra features.
Yeah. Be neat.
But that takes a lot more time.
Yeah.
Dubik says, I'm watching this intro 4 years in a row, each match. No, well, 4 years ago, I used the same intro. Oh, I know when I worked.
Use it too?
Yeah, well, Ivor's beginning one is actually drop 1 from TMC's set, which is another awesome video. Don't get me wrong, it's great. But he didn't want to go with the same one I used. So as soon as he's like, where'd you get that? I said, here, get hold of this guy, ask if you can use it. There it is. Boom. So yeah, TMC does some really awesome videos for a lot of the mech stuff. So share it up to their YouTube channel. Check it out. Give them some support. They're the ones that hired Steel. For anyone who hasn't seen that yet, I don't know how you've missed
Also
it.
the
But
people
it's
who
there.
did the animations for MechWarrior 5 Clans.
Yes.
The cutscenes, I mean. Sorry, not the animations.
The cutscenes and some of the loading screens. Yeah, their group is very awesome. They do a really wonderful job, and they have a lot of contacts. Lots of stress for what Constantine told me. All right, Team 2 is all green. They're not saying they're not confirming that they're locked yet. So they could be making some changes.
That is something I might want to look at in the future too, Star, if we can, because each time I hit my push to talk, you can actually hear the little Discord sound.
Yes, I can get rid of that. Deet, 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 deet.
Yeah, that.
And then if somebody joins the channel, leaves the channel, yeah.
Yeah.
No worries. All right, Team 2 is locked. Stopping my timer. Oh, here we go. I'm excited. And Live hasn't uploaded it yet. I did do an edit on the last week's cast, the first drop. I do apologize again. I screwed up on that. I've got some of stuff added in that I could, but yeah, can only do so much. And if you go to my Discord, you can actually see an apologetic video I did for y'all, just because, yeah. Well, everybody's already here. We're good. That's even more impressive. Alrighty. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go. All right, I'm in Krasnopensky's mech, who might be joining me later. We'll see. Crass is in Black Lantern with medium pulse laser spam. Chicken Man and a Flea with mag shot. Wow, like 6 mag shots and 3 ER smalls. G-Ram and the Executioner with ER micros and ER large. Grolsch in the Thunderbolt with ER PPCs, testing him out right there. Pasha and a Summoner with medium pulse lasers, large pulse lasers. Stimrog in the Trebuchet with medium lasers, large laser. And a binary, Django in a Cicada with ER PPCs, small laser. And then Basalt in a Stalker with ER large and a Gauss rifle. Go ahead.
It does seem that Revenants is going to go solidly mid-range here with a mix of large pulse mechs and binary laser carriers. Both the Supernova and Stalker and the Summoner and the Black Knight all have large pulse lasers and mediums, whereas the Treb, Vindy, and I'm assuming the Blackjack all have binary ER mediums with a Firemoth thrown in there for capping. It does look like Revenants is taking an early, heavy wolf pack towards Theta, trying to push up to this shelf where Kraz currently is in the Lantern.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they do with those mechs grouped up around Theta.
Yeah,
If they can sliver cap Theta, that will give them a big advantage. Looks like they already have 2 caps to 1 at the moment. Or if they can get an early pick as well, we see. Let's see that it's the Black Liner that's a little bit isolated from Coalition, so he can easily run back. And yeah, we see him already regrouping towards his team. So that's not going to be a mech that's easily picked off.
Coalition seemingly Coalition seemingly adopting the strategy that's worked for them the past couple times on this map and trying to take that choke point near Kappa. So it seems that Revenants is sort of meeting them in the gap.
Although a lot of Coalition's mechs seem to be relatively long range, I believe. Let's see. I know the Thunderbolt was ERPPCs. Something else was ER large and Gauss as well. Was it the Stalker? Let's see. So with a little bit longer range build, I was surprised to see them all kind of grouped up. I mean, looking at the minimap here, they've given up a lot of map control. Revenant's still only having 2 caps to 1, but even that, with all the map control they have, they've got. I'd put them in the advantageous position here. Looks like they have bled a little bit more armor, but nothing critical just yet. Looks like they are making a play to flip Theta now. Coalition taking back Sigma, though. So now 2 caps to 2. Revenant's still a bit ahead on caps, though. Revenant's with that Firemoth on their roster there. I'm a little surprised that we haven't seen him running out for Gamma yet.
Yeah, interesting being as far into the match we are already. Luminous, the only one. Luminous and Sleepy Human, ones with the lowest health so far. But
I do see a mech on the mini map from Revenants running around the back. Oh, he kind of turned around though. I think that might be the Firemoth. I thought he was gonna go around for Gamma, but looks like they saw something else and he decided to wait around for a second. Maybe wrapping around now again.
Yeah, I see Dyer and the Blackjack heading over to Gamma.
So we might have some company. This Coalition's starting to swing around to the one side. Kraz and the Blander is already coming up on Gamma here.
Yeah, I think Revenant's waited a little bit too long. It is going to be pretty difficult to swing Gamma now with a heavy Gamma side presence from Coalition.
I'll say Coalition might be, you might have something happen over here, Gamma.
I'm going to say, now that Revenants is bringing Shadow in, they may actually try and pick the Blander here. So this is a
Dyer saw.
They could, but with how fast the Blander is and with reinforcements close behind, I don't think they're going to be able to do much against that Black Liner.
Yeah, with the Cicada coming in, it's probably going to make it a pretty even 2v2.
They do have an angle. It looks like the Firemoth is going for it. He's going to try to sliver cap this and then bail back out. He should be able to do it. And with Revenants having a lot of presence on that side of the map as well, it may be reasonable for them to hold it at this point.
Yep, nope, they got the sliver cap. It is counting. So there you go. Crass coming now around.
So they do have Revenants does have the 3 capture points and a ticket lead at the moment. They are a little bit in the armor disadvantage though, so they have to be careful not to bleed out as they try to get a cap lead here. Although pulling back, they allow Coalition to flip that cap back.
Yeah, as soon as they left, Crass went right on in and retook it.
Although Coalition has completely abandoned Sigma now, so it should be possible for Revenants to take that. If they can spare the mechs, Coalition starting to press forward here along the south side of the map.
Revenant's
Yeah,
medium
Chickman
pack
just realized
is,
what's happened
doing the
here.
same here.
Chicken Man doing a great job of harassing that Black Knight there.
Ooh,
Oh,
good
finally
burn on
taking
CT
a nasty hit in return. Yeah, open CT in that flea now.
though. Ooh, it's still
Shamrock
Villain-
goes down.
Treb.
Villain and the Black Knight not looking too hot anymore either.
Yeah, they are bleeding a lot of armor to do this, but that is
Yeah.
first pick of the game. Bacon might go down
Yeah.
here in his own trebuchet.
Revenants taking that first kill off of Coalition definitely helps them out here, but yeah, a couple from Revenants getting into that critical zone as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, down goes the Black Knight, and Bacon Lord's still in critical condition.
Cougar as
Looks
well,
like that
now
Fire
dropping
Moth.
into red.
The Fire Moth from Revenants, as I said, wrapping around the back to take Sigma. I would not be surprised if he now goes for Kappa. The capture tickets are ticking up. I'm actually surprised that he's continuing to sit on Sigma in his position. I probably would have run straight for Kappa as soon as that was sliver capped.
I think they're trying
This
to play
fight
the
that-
long game.
Yeah, fight continuing to unfold here. Unfortunately for Revenants, Coalition pushing in and cleaning up a lot of kills. This is going to have to turn into a cap game for Revenants. Caps are still a ways off, though. I don't know if they're going to have the time to make this happen. The Fire Moth now going for Kappa, but Coalition also flipping Epsilon back.
Theta's
I
gonna
think
fall
that's
here
gonna-
soon too.
Yeah, I think that's going to slow the point bleed enough for Coalition to still take this match. Some of their mechs pretty beat up, but I think they've still got too much armor left on the board for Revenants to secure enough kills.
Canadian just in a bad spot with it. They're all just focusing. All right. Now it's just done Shadow Ace. But fortunately, that leaves their entire team able to
Yeah, with
secure and
only
hold
a,
all the points.
only a
Yeah,
20
with three-
ticket lead, it's not gonna be.
Yeah, with 3 capture points in favor of Coalition, they're going to overtake that ticket lead, and they just have too many mechs on the board for Shadow Ace to continue taking points. He is going to flip Gamma here, but with so many mechs left on the board and now flipping Sigma back from Coalition, not going to be enough for Revenants here. Against a team as strong as Coalition, a pretty good showing from Revenants, picking up a kill, several more on the edge of death as well for Coalition, and getting the capture tickets to tick up pretty high. But even with all that good effort, not quite enough to take the drop.
Shadow's still gonna go down fighting though. He's
Yep.
making his way to the next cap.
Yeah, honestly, it looks like this mech here, this Black Lantern, is one of the mechs that is in bad condition. I don't know if he'll be able to take that out. Yeah, his torsos are open, but with 2 more mechs closing in.
And there goes a leg.
Oh, and he's legged.
Shadow Ace legged.
And that will seal the deal. A great effort from Shadow Ace, though. Still trying to do everything he can to pull defeat from the victory from the jaws of defeat. I've heard
Well,
that said the opposite way intentionally too many times. Anyway,
Well,
good effort from Shadow Ace.
Well, there were definitely some feet lost in that. Shadow Ace. Give me just a second to get the match stats up for y'all here. Yes. Alrighty. Nope, that did not update. Stand by. Why did that not update? Refresh. Let me refresh this real quick, folks. I'm not sure why it didn't. Well, it is not refreshing, so I'm going to take you back to this scene. All right.
On to Tourmaline.
So unfortunately, I'm going to miss the team damage one, but GRAM top damage on their side was 687. On the other side, looks to be Bacon Lord with 440. And I'll see if I can't figure out why the NVIDIA stats link isn't updating. You know, everything else breaking this week. It's been a week, let me tell you. All right, so Coalition up by 1. All right, we have no side swap going into Tourmaline. So Team 1's 5-minute timer has begun.
As usual, I didn't pay quite enough attention during the map ban to know who picked what sides. Do you recall which team picked the map here?
So this would have been Revenants picking Tourmaline.
Interesting. Because as I've mentioned in previous weeks, Tourmaline is one of the maps that in these high division play here, it's generally considered a map where Team 1 has a substantial advantage. It's generally easier to take the central theta cap point, which changes the dynamic of the entire map. So I'm interested to see that Revenants made that choice. Giving up that side choice to Coalition makes me wonder either if it could have been a mistake, but more likely, I would guess that they have something up their sleeve to still make a good showing, knowing that they would probably get the Team 2 side.
Yeah, 1 minute down.
Honestly, if they were able to come up with a solid strategy for Team 2 side, that would be a great way to guarantee that they could, or maybe not guarantee, but make it very likely that they could employ that strategy and still maintain an advantage in other map selections.
Oh, this far into the tournament, the team knowing the teams they are, I would not surprise me that they've said, "Hey, this will work for this map. Let's do it. Let's psych them out."
Yeah,
you never know. Excuse me. All right, Team 1's timer coming down to 3 minutes remaining. Dubix, I agree, by the way. We're going to know, reading way back in the chat there. Best intro for MW Comp. I love the intro. I came across it and like, you know what? I need to see if I can get permission to do that. Constantine was all for it, so. All right. Team 1 currently sitting at 480 tons, utilizing full tonnage. So for anybody who doesn't know, just to cover this real quick, because this is a best of 7 drop. If we actually get to where we need to do more than the 5 drops, we will do a in lobby chat, map choice and side choice. So I don't recall having to do that in the past, so this will be a first for me as well. But we did look at the rule book and see how it goes, so I wrote that down ahead of time. Team 1 is locked in. Yes. And Team 2's 5-minute timer has started. Alpha Bravo Lance, full 480.
Tourmaline Desert is one of those maps where the lance assignments don't matter too much. They're all probably within 50 to 100 meters of each other, so it doesn't tell us a whole lot about what they're planning on doing.
I was actually going to say I'm surprised they didn't do Bravo Charlie, since the alpha spawn, half of your mechs spawn on the dropship and then slide off into the other half. So I'm
That is
kinda
true. That's a
surprised
team
they
one
didn't do
side. That is a
BC.
bit of an awkward spawn point.
Four minutes remaining for Team 2. So, speaking of all the other stuff happening right now, make sure you guys are getting in your loot bags for the current loot bag event.
Woo,
400
Halloween.
loot bags obtainable. Halloween event. Phase 1 is currently active, so every 150 match score, you get a loot bag. It's free stuff. Everybody likes free stuff. You also have the Shadowhawk 2C event currently going on. So if you did pick that up, be sure to check that one out. And I believe there's a Halloween event happening over on Baradle's channel. I saw something post up there in Discord not that long ago. Just trying to think of all the events happening right now.
I think that one had a limited number of spots, though.
Right.
Still, though.
More events. There's more. There is more than just SoupQ. Team 2 currently sitting at 475 tons. They're all green. And Team 2 is locked. All right. Good. And I was already starting to type my message. Like, do I start typing it now with 10 seconds left?
Here we go. Match 2, Torm.
A little more spread out in the lance assignments from Revenants here. Like I said, there's not a huge difference in spawn points here, but a couple mechs and Charlie could suggest a little more heavy north side play from Team 2 here, possibly looking at taking that far out Gamma Cap sometime fairly early in the game. But we will see how that plays out.
And we're going. That quick. All right. I'm in Dario's mech. Let's see what Dario's bringing.
Yeah, we got people loading in real quick today.
Yeah. All right. He's in a flea with mag shots and ER smalls, G-Ram, and a gargoyle with ER large, small pulse lasers, ER micro, a couple more ER large, Chicken Man and the Fire Moth with micro pulse lasers, Asha and the Grand Summoner with ER large, AP Goss, Monk in a Stone Rhino with ER large spam, Stimrog in the Jenner with SRM4s, Grolsch in the Atlas 7M, I like that, SRM4s, ER large, Crass in the, Black Lantern with medium pulse lasers.
It does seem that Revenants is also going to mirror the longer range for this map, which makes sense. It is Tourmaline. Focusing mostly on ER Large, Overcharge, Stalker, ER Large Corsair, and then LPL Summoner. With a standard wolf pack, but with 2 cappers, with the Locust 3V being included into the deck. It does seem that they are kind of, as Fire Ant said, they are kind of focusing north, seemingly trying to catch what I'm sure they thought would be a Fire Moth coming to try and get Gamma.
Yeah, both teams playing very heavily Gamma side. In my experience, not too unusual to see that from Team 2, but the positioning from Coalition is a little different from what I've seen. Usually, you have a long-range trader mech on the hill directly to the west of Theta, about maybe a kilometer out from there. But they don't have a mech out there. They're playing much more heavily north side. And as we were going through the decks there, you see the Jenner Oxide with SRMs. You saw the Gargoyle with a mix of ER large and small pulses. It suggests to me that they're looking to play a more aggressive deck than we usually see from Team 1's side on this map.
Yeah, it does seem that they've given away Gamma side for Sigma, which could be risky with their traders hanging out on these spires here. I know that DPS has used these positions a couple times, and usually they are, while they have very nice lines of sight from this northern pass, it is possible to rush them from there. Though
Looks like we're seeing a side swap here. Coalition taking Sigma back, and in giving up the north side, opening up the opportunity for Revenants to take Gamma. And now we see a little bit more of a typical setup, a split between the two teams that I would expect to see on Tourmaline. Unfortunately, that's not a good thing for Revenants because they're down 2 caps to Coalition's 3, which puts the pressure on them to make a move somewhere. And we see on the south side of the map here, near Luminios and the Corsair, we've got a couple of smaller mechs starting to clash, although they're breaking off now. Good try on that Shadowcat, taking some pot shots as that Jenner runs away. No conclusive or decisive engagements here yet, though. Just minor damage being taken.
Firemoth is almost open in a side torso, but I think that's really the only thing of note thus far.
Looking at the minimap here, interesting positioning from one of Coalition's mechs way up in the back there behind their home cap. Sometimes we see traders a little bit more forward to get a little in closer range. Even in those closer trade spots, ER larges are still generally firing out of optimal range with reduced damage. But from way back there, he's not going to be able to hit a lot of the map. But frankly, it's a smart position because Coalition doesn't have to press up much. They have control of the 3 caps. They don't need to be putting a lot of damage out. They just need to solidly hold positions. And being that far back does make that trade mech very difficult to dig out of that position.
Yeah, it also has sight on Theta, and it is, considering it's an SR7, it can do 9 or 10 ER large, but it only has 8, which means it's probably got a max TC in there as well.
That's true.
Oh, what do we got going on here?
Jimmy might be trying to make a play for Theta. Speaking of. But that SR is denying it.
Looks like Coalition also just about for free sending out a mech to Gamma. Gamma is full capped though, and with all that presence from Revenants around Theta, they could have time to respond to that and catch that mech out at Gamma if they wanted to.
It does seem like they are going to... Revenants is going to pull south though to try and engage this 4-stack on the hill here.
Yep, with a mech missing out at Gamma, and that especially with that Stone Rhino being way back there in the north, they may be able to make aggressive moves here with 2 mechs having difficulty being involved.
Oh yeah, here they come around the backside.
Yep,
DJ
Coalition flipping Gamma.
Might get a shot on Pasha's rear. They do get it.
That Fire Moth from Coalition immediately sprinting back.
Looks like it might actually be going to Kappa.
You know, yeah, based on the route he's taken, that may be.
No, there we go.
Revenant's also flipping Sigma back, trying to keep the caps from bleeding. Coalition has ticked up a lot of tickets, though, so that's probably why Revenants is making the move here. Taking Sigma to slow the bleeding, but they're going to have to keep up the aggression to keep these tickets from getting away from them.
Both Lumen and Good Try are
Oh, good
really
shot on the Flea. Taking out the Flea. Unfortunately, Canadian DJ and the Summon are self-destructing. At this point in the game, potentially a good trade, though. Taking out a light mech from Coalition. This is going to turn into a game of cap pressure. And that Fire Moth from Coalition taking Kappa, that is going to make this critical cap pressure that Revenants is going to have to respond to with full W key, full aggression, if they're going to staunch that bleed of cap tickets in time.
Command confirming that we have possession
And with Revenants looking like they're a bit down in the armor game as well, they're going to struggle to make the aggressive moves they need to. Although they do take out Stimrog in the Jenner, another light mech down from Coalition. Luminios and the Corsair goes down, as well as the Stalker. Revenants still with a lot of their light mechs alive, but with only 75 tickets to go and Coalition having 4 caps, I don't think that Revenants is in a position to be able to take this drop. Even on kills, but Coalition just so far ahead on tickets.
Yeah, and they still have their Fire Moth, their Lantern, and the Mask Atlas. I don't think Revenant's going to be able to pull this back, especially as they cross over 725.
Yeah, even if they had Epsilon, Theta, and Kappa neutralized at this point, Gamma alone would be enough to win it for Coalition here. A good showing in the fight from Revenants, keeping this pretty even on kills, taking a lot of mechs off of Coalition, but Coalition just able to keep up that cap pressure and win on tickets as they reach 750. 2 drops in favor of Coalition now.
All right, let's see if the lobby stats is actually going to work this time.
And you can look at that while I do side swap, so I would recommend looking at NWO Leagues 1 if you're not.
There you go. All right, stats page, please work. Nope, it is broken. So not sure what's happening there, folks. I apologize. So I will go back to the lobby scene and just cover what's sitting here. All right, so top damage on Coalition's side appears to be Crass with 494. And top damage on the other side for Revenant is going to be Luminous with 475.
As we can see here, I think the story of that match told by the 153 cap time from Chicken Man on Coalition in that Fire Moth. Not really any comparable numbers from Revenants, just 43 seconds and 36 seconds. That basically tells the story of Coalition just getting that cap lead and holding it commandingly. It did force Revenants to make their move. It was a good move that they made, taking a lot of kills off of Coalition, but Coalition doing the great job of damage control and, more importantly, map control.
All right, so swap looks done. I'm going to get the timer started here. I how to type
Going
can be a
into
good thing. Go ahead.
Going into Mining Collective here, a little bit of an uphill battle for Revenants again, with Coalition once again getting what would be considered the favored side of the map. Team 2 from Mining here having a much more open series of lines of sight toward the central theta cap, again making it easy for them to maintain control over that compared to the Team 1 side. May see a fairly similar situation as Tourmaline here, where Coalition has that advantage to Theta, has an easier time controlling 3 capture points and forcing Revenants to make a move. Hopefully for Revenants, they can make that move better than they were able to, potentially sooner than on Tourmaline. Mind Collective is a smaller map, so that facilitates them making their moves earlier and more quickly. But still a lot of ground to cover, a lot of long sight lines on Mining. So Coalition definitely still has the chance to maintain some good long-range control. Mining also one of those maps that we see often devolve into a north-south split. Even though the spawns are east-west side, the side caps being much closer together, kind of clumped in a north-south format rather than east-west, makes it a lot easier for a team to pick either north or south side to control, which does somewhat neutralize the Team 2 advantage toward Theta, because then both teams get a little bit of the bad side and a little bit of the good side. So I'll be interested to see. Definitely be advantageous for Revenants to make a move to break that beginning east-west split.
Real quick, I did get the map the MWO stats thing fixed. For apparently it logged me out, even though it said I was logged in. So I just refreshed it. It was like, no, you're logged out. I'm like, okay. So it should work after for this next drop when we get done.
Team 1
Team 1 is locked.
All right, so Revenants team 1 side, Charlie Bravo heavy for the most of the mechs, and Alpha in 1, or 1 mech and Alpha. So it looks like playing more north side for Revenants here. Putting the bulk of their mechs in that middle lance, 3 in the north, 1 in the south. So looking like they're probably going to send 1 mech to take Gamma at the beginning, get a few tickets off of that, and then more likely than not, swing towards trying to control the north side of the map. Depending on the mechs they bring, it could be a more aggressive push move as well, but we'll have to wait until we get into the drop to see what those mechs are going to be.
Replying for chat real quick. These games do no. These games, this is considered private lobby. So these don't count for no stats, nothing. This is just like if you and a buddy went to a private lobby and just, hey, let's play around. That's all this is. Which is why we stream it, and it counts towards the championships. That's it. So no loot bags. It's not. You won't see this on any of the tracking stuff.
Looks like Coalition's starting to green up here. Already set at 480. They've done a lot of lance moving around, so it looks like this is probably the format that they're going to lock in with. Alpha Charlie lances looks like the Coalition's setting up to play more south side in response to Revenants. If I had to guess, Coalition may be expecting aggressive moves, some kind of push on the north side, and therefore choosing to spawn more towards the south to give themselves more space and more opportunity to scout and receive a potential aggressive move here.
That is one
Then
nice
again,
thing being in the team
go
2
ahead.
spot is seeing, you can turn around and adjust whatever your original plan was after you see the drops locations that team 1 has chosen.
Yeah, for sure. Then again, though, I don't have the advantage of seeing exactly what mechs they're bringing just yet, so I could just be talking out of my rear end, and it could be something completely different that they end up doing here. So just pure speculation until we get into the drop.
Which has happened, and Team 2 is locked.
Yeah, I do think north-south fight is more than likely what we're going to end up seeing here. Usually how it ends up going on mining.
Yeah, and even more likely given the lance assignments already being skewed toward a north-south split.
Yeah, see if everybody connects before me again this time.
Yeah, usually in lobbies we have somebody taking 30, 40 seconds to connect, but yeah, here we go. Everybody loading in very quickly again.
I wasn't the last one, but
that was me this time. I just got in.
There you go.
It's nice to see this.
It's only because the server's on the west coast or east coast, and I'm on west coast. All right, I'm in goods, mech. Get through these ones quick. All right, Vindicator with light machine guns, ER mediums, and a binary. Sleepy and a supernova with ER mediums, large pulse lasers. Canadian DJ and a summoner with medium pulse lasers, large pulse lasers. Villian in a quick draw with ER mediums and binaries. Shadow Ace and a Letha with heavy mediums and UCM. Luminos and a Stalker with large pulse lasers. Cougart in the Black Lantern with medium pulse lasers. And Bacon Lord in a Trebuchet with medium lasers and binaries.
Very mid-range deck looking here.
Yeah, Coalition already on Theta. They are also going longer range with a Bounty Hunter 2 with Gauzier PPC, ER Large Executioner, and ER Large Gauze Bullshark.
Very interested to see from Coalition. Go ahead.
I was just going to say the Exi has taken up position all the way in the back on top of the hill in the dark area.
Gotcha. I was going to point out that Spider 5V that Chicken Man's running from Coalition, definitely a little bit of a niche pick. It's got that basically double speed capture accelerator. The trade-off, though, it runs very little weaponry. It can basically run a couple of medium lasers or maybe one large laser. It's got good quirks for it, but still limited on firepower.
Looks like Chicken has put a snub on it, so 50% snub for them.
Interesting.
Which,
On mining, sometimes I've seen spiders jump up into weird high ground spots with a single ER large and play a harassment role. A snub nose makes me think he's going to be playing it a bit more aggressively, though, with that shorter range.
he very much is chasing Shadow right now, although he is now stopping to get Gamma.
And Starwolf, you mentioned, I was looking from Zonaron's view when you were going through the mechs, but heavy mediums on that Firemoth Aletha from Shadow Ace?
Yeah.
That is an interesting build. I actually preferred that build myself when the Firemoth first came out, but quickly found that it lacked in sustained firepower. It's a nice mid-range 40-point alpha, but in fighting other light mechs, you get really hot really quickly and cannot sustain a fight. So I'm curious. So you said he had ECM on that as well, right?
Yeah, when I went back and looked, I was like, oh.
So it makes me think that he might be playing a bit more of a harassment role, trying to get into some sneaky positions, maybe take some unprotected capture points while the other team's not looking. And in fact, it looks like that's what he may be doing to Gamma at the moment. Looked like going around it at the moment, actually. So maybe playing more of a stealth assassin role. He's got to be careful because Coalition's very grouped up.
He might be able to backstab Grosh here, though. He was, I think, the furthest left. He's gonna have to be careful for Django coming back in the Vulcan.
Yeah, I'd go for something other than that Marauder. Even if you get a perfect burn on rear CT, that's not gonna take out the Marauder unless he's already taken CT structure damage. Oh, and he's playing such a dangerous game here with so many Coalition mechs so close. He has the speed to get out if he needs to, and he's flipping Epsilon. That's a he doesn't quite
really
flip
got
it,
them
but
distracted now. It's the blinders.
It's not just a distraction.
Yeah, honestly, a ballsy move, but a good one with Revenants pushing in here. Just having a couple extra seconds of getting Coalition turned around.
They're gonna have to watch their own back as the Cheetah and what is this? Cheetah and the Spider are coming in behind Revenants.
Yep. Both teams taking quite a bit of damage here. Once again, Revenants coming out on the worst side, and we see it with 2 mechs from Revenants going down pretty quickly. That's going to put a real damper on their push here.
Yeah.
And somehow Coalition, for a moment there, holding all 5 caps. Revenants really focusing on this push, but even focusing all their efforts on push rather than capping, still just losing mechs left and right. Unfortunately, not able to make that push pan out. A few mechs from Coalition in really critical condition, but unfortunately, with a 4-0 difference on kills, not looking good again from Revenants as they lose a 5th in good try in the Vindicator there. Good try, good try.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about all that was worth, a single hit. Losing a couple more from Revenants here, and again, just like on Luthien, we've got just Shadow Ace left in the Firemoth.
Both Grosh...
Still doing what he can to keep the caps, but with 4 caps to 1, 8 mechs to 1, it's not going to work out here for Shadow Ace.
Both Grosh and in the Marauder and Kraz in the Blackjack are both like 1-tap though. So he might be able to kill both of them before going down, but that's probably about all he's going to be able to do.
Stemrog is on the chase now too.
Yeah, it would be a moral victory at most.
Tofurky, if you're out there, here's your Tofurky chase. Except he just got splatted.
Mission is aborted. Break off and return to base. Repeat. Mission is aborted.
Yeah, listen to Castle.
Good memories of MechWarrior 4.
Yeah.
All right, let's get these stats up and actually show the stats.
Alright, so as best of 7, we are moving on to Canyon for the last drop. Unless Revenants can pull this one off. So that will be interesting to see what they do for
Here we
Canyon.
go.
And I have to
Oh,
sideswipe
top
again.
damage, Revenant side, Bacon Lord to 525. Top damage on Coalition side is Basalt. Yeah, Basalt, just barely a little more than Crass at 633. Top team damage, Chicken Man, 15. All right. Zahn, you do have a side swap that needs to happen. Let's see. So side swapping on my page. Mark there. Coalition so far 3 wins. Almost fat fingered the wrong button on my thing here. You guys are about to get the countdown timer again. All right, looks like yes, it looks good. I see all Revenant on one side.
Yeah, and DJ's got like 10 minutes to get back since they're on team 2, so it's good for them. And
So
if you
I'm gonna go,
can't,
it looks
then
good.
we did see that
11.
Revenants had at least 11 people here earlier, so
All right, so I'm going to get the timer started because I do not see any Revenants sitting on Team 1's side, so it should be good.
and no one is objecting, so
Yeah. So team leaders out there, if we do ask in there, just it's basically just to cover our butts to make sure. So just give us a quick yep or thumbs, whatever. Can't do a thumbs up, but you know what I mean.
You can type +1.
Even if it's even if it's completely 100% obvious, still.
you see, I have
Always
this
good
thing
to
called
confirm.
paranoia.
Yes. When you're on this side of the screen, as I mentioned to Zahn prior to going live with this, like I've been streaming for 10 years. I still get friggin' nervous going before before starting every stream. More so with comp, but like because you want everything to work, and when that one thing doesn't, it's like no. I mean, the sudden heart attack, pulse racing when I hear, hey, where's the map band link? I'm like, ah. So, but we got that figured out. However, the pulse rate does not drop fast enough. All right, Team 1's already sitting at 480 tons. Everyone's green except GRAM, so we may get a luck from them here shortly. So right now, Coalition up by 3. However, even if Revenants does get knocked out of this matchup today, doesn't mean they're done.
We will have a shot at whoever wins the next match in 6 hours.
Yes, 6 hours from now. All right, 3 minutes remaining for Team 1.
Looks like they're all greened up, so I'd expect them to lock any moment here.
The anticipation.
Maybe a little last-minute change from Pasha there. Although they greened up again.
All right, Team 1 is locked in. Starting their timer. So I know we had talked about getting, Discord comms as far as what happens during the match, but I'd just be curious, just what happens before the match when you're actually in the lobby trying to get your stuff put together. Team 2's reaction to team, they're doing this. What do you see? Because remember, a lot of these players, they've scrimmed with the other team. They're friends with people from all the teams. So yeah, there's definitely some salty, fun stuff, but at the same time, they know what they usually bring. They've played against these people for years, so it's not like it's a brand new team coming in and to the comp scene.
Right.
Four minutes remaining for Team 2.
Well, as you guys know, I like to try to speculate based on Lance assignments, what teams might be doing, but with Canyon having all the spawns so close together, and with both of these teams setting up exactly straight away, most mechs in the middle lance and 2 mechs each in the side lances, This is the least information I could possibly glean from Lance assignments, so I don't have anything for you.
Yeah, so, it's like, some of the speculations would be like, you see Jay-Z out there, it's like, wait, he's in a stalker, isn't he? Or Fire Ant, he's in a Fire Moth. Well, duh. Yeah, I mean,
Not difficult guesses.
So,
Banished to
No.
the capper role.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, for me and Jay-Z, the most interesting variations you're going to get is, oh, Jay-Z isn't a clan stalker this time. Or, oh, okay, Fire Ant's in a locust instead of a fire moth.
Yeah. Oh, right when I was about to type it, Bacon. All right, we're good. Well, it's like, with Lady, prior to her doing the comp scene, she did the assaults and heavies with me, and then she got into the comp scene and became a very good flea pilot, which, yeah, became, well, for one, a shocker, and I could definitely tell that her blood pressure went up from it, but, she still loved every minute of it and is happily retired from it. And
I had a
everybody's
bit of
already
a
connected.
Yeah, I had a bit of a similar role transformation in my comp play. Starting out early in low divisions, I was most comfortable in mediums and heavies at first, but then evolved into a role where I played only ultralights. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at the decks.
All right. I'm in Crassus Mech, Black Lantern with medium pulse laser spam, Grolsch and the Thunderbolt with triple ERPPC, Stimrog and a Vindicator with ER mediums and a binary laser, Chicken Man and a Commando with medium pulse lasers and ER smalls, Pasha and a Summoner with medium pulse lasers and ERPPCs, Django and a Vulcan with snub nose and mag shot, G-Ram and a Stalker with ER large and large lasers, Assault in the Corsair with ER large and some Gauss rifles.
It does seem that Revenants is going to do similarly mid to long range with a mix of binary ear meads, large pulse mechs, and then a sniping Corsair and Bullshark. Shadow already grabbing Theta uncontested here, which is interesting.
Yeah, a few interesting choices from Coalition here. I wonder if they're trying something fancy or different with their 3-drop lead. Yeah, not contesting Theta at all. Not seeming to even play very aggressive. You usually see either Theta or Kappa contest or an aggressive move, but they don't seem to be doing any of those. A couple interesting build choices as well. Pasha in that Summoner ERPPCs instead of large pulses. That Summoner heavily quirked for pulse lasers, but I actually have a teammate who prefers ERPPCs on that build as well. And then see on the Stalker, I think I saw 5 large pulses and 1 ER large. A bit of an odd.
Coalition is pushing hard.
Yep.
Sorry to interrupt.
Bit of an odd choice on the Stalker. Yeah, no, that's worth interrupting. I'm here just rambling about builds, and we've got action going on. Yeah, Coalition definitely making what I would expect more. The aggressive move here. Chicken Man and that Commando going to see. Looks like, yeah, he was going to take a move on that Corsair. Went back a little bit, back on him now. JP Django and the Vulcan there to help. They're going to take down that Corsair pretty quickly here. Stimrog as well, and the Vulcan backstabbing him. And Carbon Fire goes down, the first death from Revenants. Although most of their other mechs still fairly fresh, and G-Ram and the Stalker from Coalition having taken a decent amount of damage. A lot of mechs from Coalition having taken some damage here, none critical. But even with that death from Revenants, not too much of a critical difference on armor just yet. A lot of fire coming all across the map here. Not a lot of close engagements, although Coalition continuing to wrap. About to have a close engagement here near the Sigma cap.
And Villain
3-on-3 here.
Is now 1-tap CT.
Yeah, unfortunately getting caught out in the open a bit there.
Look at all the UAVs still up.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And Villain in the Roughneck does go down. Definitely a mix of weak mechs from both teams here. Not decided in either direction. Ooh, good try in the Shadowcat and the Bullshark Sleepy Human both taking some damage. Revenants has got to secure a couple of these kills if they want to keep this match alive. And they do. They take down Stimrog in the Vindicator there. couple more. Grolsch and G-Ram both looking pretty critical there. Although Bacon Lord goes down from Revenants. Revenants up on caps, points
About
and
to try and
tickets,
make it
but
4.
so early in the game, it's going to be hard to transition this into a cap game, especially as they lose Sleepy Human here and they're down to 3 mechs against Coalition 7.
Yeah, Theta and then Sigma will be soon to follow once, is that Cougar over there? Yeah, Cougar goes down to those 2.
Probably Shadow Ace in that Flea flipping Gamma for Revenants, but unfortunately, not enough time left in this match and on this relatively small map to turn this into a cap game.
Cougar's about to drop. There goes Cougar.
Still buying as much time for Shadow as he can, though.
Yeah.
Shadow Ace coming up on Grolsch here. Open CT, one good shot and might be able to take him down. Looks like he's going to try to, and he does secure that kill just moments before going down himself. A moral victory, taking out an additional mech there. But as Coalition fans out to take the rest of these caps, they take the 4th drop, and if I'm not mistaken, that is the set in favor of Coalition.
I
That
believe
is
so,
correct.
yeah.
We've captured resource point Sigma.
Okay, so while they're waiting to cap, let's just. T-Ram missing a torso. This one's here, Basalt. Most everything still just fine. See 84%, a few scratches. That'll buff out. Barring
So
the Warhorn.
Unfortunately for Revenants here, not able to take any of these drops off of Coalition, but I would say still a pretty good showing from them. Only one of these matches, really only the mining match, a pretty heavy landslide in favor of Coalition. All 3 of the other drops, very good showings from Revenants, taking several kills off of Coalition, ticking those capture tickets up, and the remaining mechs left alive from Coalition having taken quite a bit of damage. So well played from Revenants, a good showing despite not being able to take a drop. And we'll see them again down in the losers bracket, either facing Vile or CXF next week. That opponent to be decided by the match later today.
All right, so top damage of the match on Coalition's side appears to be Pasha at 638. Top damage on Revenant's side is going to be Canadian DJ at 477. Top team damage, G-Ram at 18. All right. All right, folks. Well, thank you for coming in, joining for this one. Again, we have another match happening here in approximately 6 hours, a little less than that now. So make sure to come back for that. It'll be a best of 5. Hold up here. So many different pages and stuff to look at. So yeah, so we'll have File, a Vigilance versus Climb Crossfire.
Yippee.
So we'll see y'all then. I'm out of here. Good night.
Good night.
Oh.
All right. See y'all soon.
Bye. Not later. Yeah.
Just start real quick. How do I tell the stream to stop, but like not cut it off 7 minutes?
So sorry, I should have told you this earlier, and I totally forgot to. When you click the stop stream, you'll get an option for either stop stream or stop stream negating the delay. Just do the normal one. Don't negate the delay.
Stop stream. Okay.